Oh, there's what we're after.
There you go.
Oh,
Let me get this little doggy here. Come here, baby.
he's hot.
He is hot. He's hot. Come here. Delaware River, largemouth. Hey, I'm Bob Murray. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. Good job. There you go, buddy, sir.
Nice one. Oh,
I like it when you call. I love it when you call.
that's a little better than the last one.
Fish, yeah. He's still a little hot there, Pete.
Yeah. Whew. Look at this guy. Come on in here with us. Little chunk.
Hey, Bob Murray, Pete Gluzek. Pete, you know, you said, come on down, Bob, we're going to catch some fish on the Delaware River. And of course, I always take that as a plus. Pete, we're down on the Delaware River, and right in front of me is the skyline of Philadelphia. What's going on here?
Isn't that amazing? I mean, this is a beautiful, wild, largemouth bass living right in the city of Camden. Who would have guessed it? We got Philadelphia skyline right over there. We got Camden just a couple miles away. But the Delaware River is alive and well.
It is, it is. That's a nice fish. I want to just mention the fact that Pete just said, you know what, there's going to be a fish right on that piece of structure.
Every once in a while you get it right. I called that one. It was a lot of fun. Fish on. Got another one. Oh. We're doubling up on that line. Another good largemouth.
Pete, let's just talk about what we have here. Isolated piece of structure out there, but that fish was off a little bit, wasn't he?
Well, I just think that was angler error.
Oh.
I think he had him, was swimming off with it, and he was just kind of being real delicate with it, so I didn't really recognize him as a fish until he was a little bit off the cover.
Got a little bit of a...
Yeah, he's still a little bit of soreness from the spawn, but you can see here where somebody tried to eat that bass not too long ago. He's got a nice nick on him. Nice gouge right there. But
you know what though? Again, we're talking about being in Philadelphia, or in the Philadelphia area and that kind of stuff. That's a nice, healthy looking fish though.
Oh yeah, this fish is full. He's thick. He's not hungry at all.
Yeah.
This fish is eating, and he's in great shape. I mean, that sore's going to heal right up on him, and I mean that's a nice fish.
Two off of that piece.
Yeah. Your turn.
Yeah.
There's a school of them up there.
There's some nice fish on that tree.
There is. Oh, that's a nice fish right there.
Yeah, come here.
That's a good Delaware fish.
Ah, that's a nice fish right
That's
there.
a beaut, you know.
Look at this. A little tail missing
Whoa. Somebody tried to eat him.
there. Yeah. Pete, let's just talk about what we have right here in front of us with that tree that we've just taken. Had some bites off and just came up. Well, that's a nice looking fish.
Well, you just have, you know, I mean, you have a cove here that has these coverless, almost nothing banks. And then here we have a little bitty tree sticking in the water. It's really, and at low tide, that's what you look for. You're gonna look for the last piece of structure still wet, still in the water. And man, that's where all the fish are gonna be. That's where you're gonna get your bite, and that's what we're doing right here. I mean, you just had two quality fish off of a little tiny tree.
Right.
You know, and they weren't there 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. That's it.
You know, so as the tide's falling, these fish are concentrating to the cover.
That's one thing that we'll probably talk more about as we go along, but the tide around, especially the Delaware, fluctuates so much that it's not like the Potomac, 2 foot, you know, whatever.
Exactly.
You know, we got a 6-7 foot tide that drops here. So that's important that when you're looking for a structure, especially at low tide, see where that last piece comes in, and I know you had said that the limbs go off each way, so you know which way to cast to it. And I think that's another part too. We're positioned the boat properly on that one because you could get the fish out. If you were across it, you would have a heck.
You'd have big trouble. You know, for a rookie or a beginner just learning to fish tidal water, a lot of times they get confused, but the low tide is the most predictable time to fish because all you do is you just cruise around a cove or a shoreline and you look for those little pieces of cover, a stump, a piece of concrete, anything that's still in the water, and they're going to be able to predict where the fish are going to be and go out there and catch them. So for a beginner, I highly recommend going fishing at low tide, going looking for that type of cover. Now at higher tides, it's much trickier, and especially Delaware, like you said, with a 6-foot tide swing, when this water comes up, these fish could be anywhere along these lily pads, under the trees. They could scatter in this cove.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to find them as easy as we're finding them right now.
Right.
So low tide is critical.
Oh, look, he's running with them. Hey, I got him. Hey, good one.
Did you see that jump?
These are good.
Nice. Look at them
Now,
dig. Now, how about these fish? Because they spend all the time in the current. They're fighters, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are
got
fighters.
Some shoulders on this one.
Man, this is good fish. Let me help you with that.
Yeah, help me with this one. Can you get that little dog?
Hey, he's still doing what he wants to do. He's still in control. Oh, this is a nice fish right here. Wow, this is a good Delaware fish. He's thick. It's no wonder he was giving you a hard time. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful Delaware River largemouth right there.
And again,
Good.
just throw it off of that isolated structure, picked it up, and actually I didn't even feel that fish. I just saw it swimming.
He just grabbed it. You know, this fish is over 3 pounds, and this is just a very, very, you know, high caliber fish for the river. You know, that's beautiful. And you can see he's got some of the classic spots. A lot of people think that that's disease, but that's not. That's actually a skin pigmentation. It's like some of us have freckles and some of us don't. Well, a lot of fish on this river have these black markings on them, and you'll see them where they're on their heads and all over their bodies, but this guy's got a couple, but he's a beautiful, beautiful fish.
Nice
Congratulations.
Fish. Oh, thank you.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another good fish. Oh, man. Look. That's another good Delaware fish. My goodness. How many of them live on that tree?
I don't know. I'm not arguing with them. I am not arguing with them.
Look at this guy.
Bring that
He's
little
got some
dog in
spots
here.
in him.
Yeah.
He's got some freckles on him.
Yeah.
No, they're beautiful. Not quite as big as yours, but man, he's in the ballpark.
Nice fish.
He's a gorgeous fish.
Nice fish.
Man, what a
Again,
nice one.
we're just fishing these little slider worms right off of this isolated structure. And we haven't had to move, I'm sorry, but we're just catching fish one right after another off of this tree, and they've been quality fish.
They sure have.
Oh, it's a nice one.
Another nice fish. I cannot believe how many fish are on this tree.
That's a nice fish.
That's another
That's a
good
very
one.
nice fish.
Keep chucking my worm. Another beaut. Man, another just chunk. Delaware fish. Off of the Delaware tree.
Off the tree.
I'm never fishing anywhere ever again. I'm just gonna live and die by this tree. God, look at the side, just the quality coming off the tree is really good.